So let's hear your funny date story then, because I've been looking forward to this.
So this was this must be about 2 or 3 years ago, I'd say now.
Okay.
So we matched on a dating app and we went to Miller and Carter. Fancy.
Very fancy.
Yeah. As soon as he came and picked me up, he also came to my door, which... yeah, I don't think I've ever had that.
Did he bring flowers? Did he come to your door with
flowers? I can't
flowers?
remember, I can't remember.
That could have been like next level. Like came to the door
Maybe,
and came to the door
though,
with flowers.
possibly.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe.
Yeah. That's real romance.
I think it was, yeah.
That is
chivalrous.
Very chivalrous, yeah.
I think so. But yeah, he physically came to my door, but obviously I live with my mother, so I was like, no, like, please don't come to the door. But yeah, he came to the door. Obviously we got in his car, went to Miller and Carter. So yeah, we're chatting and he got straight into it. He was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, he was like, my dad's dying of cancer. And I was like,
Sorry.
yeah.
His dad's dying of cancer.
Dying of cancer. Yeah, for him to say dying of cancer, I thought, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, oh, it's terminal. He was like, yeah. And I was like, why are you here?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, whatever. And I was like, are you sure this is the right time for you? And he said, yeah.
So how long did his dad have
Yeah,
left?
so I said to him, I was like, oh, like, how long? And he was like, oh, days. Yeah.
What?
Days. And I was like, what?
This guy is like
Yeah,
prioritizing a date over his dad.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, that should have been the first red flag, right?
Over there, like,
Yeah, literally.
leave
like,
now.
Leave. Yeah, but obviously, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, are you sure this is the right time for you? And he was like, oh, we'll see. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, so this is before we've even ordered food, by the way. I think we've ordered it, but the food has not come yet.
So the lettuce wedge is not there.
Yeah, the lettuce was not there yet. Damn
it.
Favourite, best bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, once our food came, we both ordered steak, but he ordered like this chicken side piece.
Mm-hmm.
Literally took one bite of it. He just got up and darted to the toilet, and I was like, oh, I've not even taken a bite yet. And this man was gone.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, like I could only assume that he threw up because he darted for the toilet.
Yeah.
So then I was just sort of sat there. Obviously I don't want to
His
start
date's
eating.
going from bad to worse very
isn't it?
quickly.
Like, so obviously I wasn't going to start eating straight away. I'm not rude.
Yeah.
Tempting though. But so he was gone for a good like 10 minutes or so, I would say. And then the woman one of the waitresses, she came over to me and was like, is everything okay? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I'll let you know in a second. And then as I was talking to her, he starts walking back over. And I was like, oh, you can ask him. And I said to her, I think he's thrown up, but I'm not sure. He came back and he said, and I was like, are you okay? I was like, did you throw up? And he was like, yep. And I was like, oh, are you okay? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, obviously then the waitress was speaking to him and he was like, oh, I think the chicken is like dodgy, like something wrong with it. And I thought it wouldn't be the chicken. I reckon it was from the first date nerves. And then also you've got a lot on your plate at home. Obviously your dad's dying. I just think it was too much.
Yeah, you don't get salmonella within 5 minutes.
No,
Right.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
If it was food poisoning, it would have been like hours, right? And so yeah, they took the chicken away and then they just got rid of it off of the like bill at the end. And we had our food, and at that point everything was fine. The conversation was good, whatever. Again, like I said, I like to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. And I did instantly in that moment thought, he's probably just nervous, like, it's fine. So then at the end of the date, he drove me home and came to my door with me, and now I don't kiss on a first date. It's my rule that I have. I will never kiss on a first date. Also, the man's been sick. So
yeah.
we're not going to do that. Anyway, he walks me to my door, and when guys, they sort of stand there and like are longing for a kiss, aren't they? And he like stands there and like goes to lean in, and I just went, nope.
Literally with a giant stop sign.
No, literally, I just went, nope, not today.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then he went, yeah. obviously because he remembered that he had also been sick. He
Fair.
went, literally turned around, left instantly from there.
He didn't say goodbye?
Well, he was just like, okay, and sort of like said bye as he was walking away, but he was gone, like, probably, I don't know, I didn't want to embarrass him, but like, you know, in that time, obviously we're messaging, and after that first date, we had planned our next date, which was a week along from that.
Before or after he was sick?
After.
Oh!
Yeah, so when we were messaging, we said, like, we planned the next time.
Okay.
Because I thought I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. That was very sweet of you.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing hero's work, aren't I? But, I just thought, usually I know within 2 dates whether I like someone or not. But I give it 3. By the 3rd day, I'd 100% know if I like someone or not. But usually by the 2nd, I would 1000% know. So I thought, well, I will see him again, at least once, and then I can decide. Obviously, that was enough. So we had planned our next day after that. That was a week from that moment. So then a couple of days after that first date, we've already planned the next one. We planned to go mini golf, and he had sent me a screenshot of the booking confirmation. So 2 days after our first date, his dad did actually pass away.
Oh.
Yeah, which is obviously
he literally
awful.
only had days.
Yeah, he was literally, when he said days, he was not joking.
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously, like, awful. Awful. Yeah. So I did a good deed, but I feel like the universe paid me back for my good deed. So when he told me that his dad passed away, I went on to obviously he sent me that booking confirmation which had his address on it. So I took his address and I sent him some flowers.
Aww.
They were £50.
That is
flowers.
very, very
Yeah,
sweet.
that was nice.
Yeah.
The thing is, I just thought, even if it doesn't go anywhere, I'm happy to do that because one awful thing to go through.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had sent him the flowers, and then later on he'd messaged me and was like, did you send me flowers? And I was like, oh yeah, like it's it's no biggie. And then he was like, oh, they're lovely, and I said to him, I was like, oh, send me a picture, because I just wanted to see what they look like. Obviously on the website they look beautiful. So he sends me a picture. They look like petrol station flowers.
What?
They looked rubbish. Like, they were not £50 worth. So obviously then I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm annoyed,
Yeah.
So I took the photo, I screenshotted his photo he sent me, and I said to him, I was like, they were not supposed to look like that. And he was like, what do you mean? They're perfect. And I was like, no.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I was like, obviously I didn't say anything to him, but all I said was, they were not supposed to look like that. And he was like, they're beautiful, like, they're perfect, don't worry about it. And I was like, Obviously I saw it.
Yeah, what? I'm intrigued. Where is this going?
So I emailed the flower company and I sent them the photo and then the screenshot of the photo of the flowers that I ordered, and I was like, not being funny, like, I've spent £50 on these flowers, and because they're for some people who are grieving, I thought that's not the time to send me shoddy flowers. So I complained on email. They sent me my money back. So I've got full refund.
Very nice.
Yeah, he does not know this, so if you're watching.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I got a full refund. Thankfully, the universe paid me back because it knew that the universe was like, you've done a nice thing, but not on this man. So obviously,
God.
yeah.
What's
so
wrong
then,
with him?
so after this, obviously we're getting along really well over text. And this is something I'm wary of now. I feel like when I was younger and a bit more naive, I was more open to forming connections with people over text, which now I feel like it opens you up to love bombing and all of that sort of stuff,
Yeah, or cheats.
Yeah, it just, I think it gives you a false sense of connection, doesn't it? But we were messaging a lot, like, we got on very well, and so because we were getting on so well, he was like, what are you doing tomorrow? This was the day after his dad passed away. He was like, what are you doing tomorrow? He was like, I would really like to take you out for lunch or something. And I was like, so I had a gap in my my schedule. So I was like, I am free for lunch during this time. So he was like, perfect, like, we'll go out for lunch. So we go out for lunch, had a really nice time, and then we came back and we just sat in his car outside my house just talking. And we were just chatting until my next client came. Thank God she was a good friend of mine, because I would have had no one to like get this off of my chest immediately to. Anyway, I don't think I've actually told you this.
No. I'm on the edge of my seat. Like, what happened?
So we were sat in his car talking, and so I do this thing. If anyone's dated me, you'll know what I'm talking about. All my friends friends know this as well. So if you're around me and you yawn and you don't cover your mouth, I will stick my finger in your mouth.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah.
Right? It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny to me.
You ruined someone's yawn.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, so he does. I mean, if anyone's being rude, it's him. So obviously he does this fat fucking yawn in my face, right? And I have some people I've done this to. I've stuck my finger so far down their throat that they've gagged.
Oh.
But I was being, obviously I'm teetering on the edge of just testing the water. I'm being playful. I'm testing the water.
Yeah.
I would not do that if I didn't feel comfortable.
No.
Obviously.
Might bite it off.
Yeah. So, obviously we were getting on to what I thought. So there was a vibe there. So, and I thought that he would see the funny side. And so I'm just being playful, It's just lighthearted. Your inner child comes out, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Anyway. So he yawns in my face and I put my finger in his mouth. I just tapped his tongue. Like I didn't stick my finger in his mouth. It was literally like a, and he literally went like this, looked at me with disgust, and he went, "Get out of my car."
What?
Yeah. And I was like, what? And he was like, "Get out of my fucking car."
What?
And I literally, in that moment, anxiety waved over me.
Was he being serious?
Being deadly serious. He was like, "Get out of my fucking car." And I was like, what? Why? Because obviously I thought it was just such an extreme reaction for something so minor. Don't get me wrong, I understand if you don't like it, but set a boundary with me, because I am not a mind reader.
Well, also, just, it's not that bad.
It's
just
not
be
that
like,
deep,
please don't do that. I don't like it. Thank you.
Just say to me, that's the thing. Like, and it's fine. If you don't like that, that is fine. That's not a problem. But I am not a mind reader. And there are gonna, you are gonna make mistakes with every person that you're with, because you don't know the person. Like, I'm not in your head. Same as us two as friends. There are probably gonna be times where I'm maybe gonna miss the mark, and I'm gonna offend you, upset you with something. But
I would expect, if that happened though, for us to be able to have a conversation about
Exactly.
it. I'm not gonna be like, "Get out my house."
Exactly. You would communicate, wouldn't
you? Of course, yeah.
So I think the problem there was his reaction. It wasn't, obviously I take accountability for doing that, and obviously that wasn't his idea of fun or whatever, which is fine, but go about it differently. So so he was like, "Get out of my fucking car." And I said, "What? Why?" And he was like, "I hate that. Don't put your fucking finger in my mouth."
Wow.
And I literally just was like, "Oh, I'm really," like I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, it was just a joke." He went, "Well, it's not fucking funny, is it?"
Oh.
And then I was just sort of sat there for a second, and we were both silent.
That is so...
And then I went, "So," and he was like, And I grabbed my bag out the footwell and I went, "I'm gonna go."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "I'll see you on Saturday."
I'm sorry.
And I was like, and I said, "Will you?" He was like, "Yeah, of course, I'm not gonna let that ruin it."
What is this guy just like bad at sarcasm? He was just genuinely being serious, or was he like?
No, he was dead serious.
So it's not like, "Oh, I'm just really bad at being like sarcastic."
No. That was deadly serious. Yeah. And
but then he's like,
"Oh."
"Yeah."
And then he was like, "It's fine. I'm not gonna let that ruin it." And I thought, and obviously in the moment I was just like, what the hell?
So did you agree to see him Saturday?
Well, in that moment I was just like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And then he goes, as I go to leave, he goes, "Give me a kiss then."
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, inside, because I'm so like, what the fuck just happened? I literally just sat. I didn't lean in. I sat there, and he leant over to me and gave me a kiss, and I literally just was like, I didn't even like, I just sat there and took it.
You're just there like,
yeah. And then I got out of the car, as I was walking up my driveway, you know, you have that moment where you go, I was literally like, ew, the feeling of that. Oh my goodness, yeah, like the cringe, but also I was just embarrassed. I felt.
You felt embarrassed for him.
Oh,
that's the radiator.
Yeah, I felt embarrassed for him, and I felt embarrassed on behalf of me as well, because I hadn't had time to digest it yet.
But even though in that situation it's him that should 100% be feeling embarrassed.
Yeah, so instantly one of my friends came, and I managed to talk to her about it, and she was like, what the hell? And that's then because normal. For me as well, I find I'm a talker.
Yeah.
And I always say this to everyone, problem shared is problem halved, always. If I sit and have it in my head, if I'm not speaking it out loud, I can't make sense of it in my head, you know? So then speaking it out to her, I was like, oh yeah, no, this is way off. Like, that red flag was dancing in my face. So I left it for the rest of the day. He did not message me, because I thought, oh, I'm going to let him, you know, say something. Didn't say anything. So, and that's another thing as well, like, ugh, do you know what I mean?
Didn't even say sorry.
Nothing.
Sorry, I overreacted.
Right. So yeah, so I sent him a message afterwards, and it was pretty long, and I just said to him, look, I was like, I apologize for what I did to you. I said, no, I was like, I apologize for putting my finger in your mouth. I said, however, the way you went about it was wrong. I was like, you should have, you know, I was like, there are going to be times where we're going to make mistakes, you know, and I said that because of his reaction, I now am going to fear that reaction again. So I am not going to be able to relax around him, because, you know, there will be another time, because we're human.
Yeah. I mean, and that is the tiniest mistake you could make. Like, I'm not being funny. Tiniest mistake you can make.
Yeah.
But how many times as a girl, not that we're going to get into like deep shit today, but have you been, you know, some guys come up and like touched your arm or grabbed your ass or done something like that, you know, and I'm not saying that that's right. I'm not condoning that in any way. But, you know, I think as women, we're very used to having our personal space violated and then being like, well, that's totally okay.
And you have to be okay with it.
And that's totally fine. Oh, you just grabbed my ass as I was walking up the stairs. Oh, that's perfectly fine. No, it's not fine. No. But, you know, I mean, it's obviously, it's okay, fair enough if he didn't like it, but it's a very playful thing to do. It's not, you're not, you know.
There was no malicious intention behind that.
And no sexual intention behind it either. No. You know, it's a playful thing. So yeah, I can't believe his reaction. Honestly, if that's his reaction for something that small.
Exactly.
What's his reaction going to be?
Yes, exactly. I just thought it was so unnecessarily aggressive that I thought, next time, you know, and that was on a second date, you know, you're surely on your best behaviour at that point. So
6 months later, he's going to be...
Exactly. Yeah. And I just thought, oh, later down the line, are you going to start, you know, maybe it will be like you hit me one day, you know, you just... Do you know what I mean?
100%. If they're showing those characteristics really early on, like same would go for a woman as well. If she was showing those kind of characteristics early on, I would say the same thing to a guy. You know, 100%. No, that's not okay.